All right. Let's fucking do it.
It's time for the Dusty Show. It's time for the Dusty Show. And we never grow. Time for the Dusty Show. It's time for the Dusty Show. And we never grow. Time for the Dusty Show.
What the fuck is up, everybody? Welcome to the world's finest news program. It's the Dusty Show. Hell yeah. How's everybody doing out there tonight? Appreciate you tuning in. Hope you guys had a good weekend. Man, I'm sleepy. Didn't get a lot of sleep last night. I stayed at working on the show all night. And also, I found a new game. Not getting paid to say this, but Marvel Snap. You guys played that? Played that a little bit last night. What else did I do? Oh, I'll tell you what else I did. I watched The Jinx Part 2. They got a new season of the show. You guys seen this one? Robert Durst, so he murdered like 3 people, but he's rich as shit, got like $1 billion, so he got away with it. They actually took him to trial for one of the murders, and they found him not guilty, even though he admitted to cutting up the body into pieces. They still found him not guilty. This is what a 2-tier justice system we have in this fucking world. Craziness. And it was revealed in part 2. This is even more insane. So one of the jury members on the jury for the trial that found him not guilty, after he admitted to cutting up the body to pieces, still found him not guilty. After the trial, that juror befriended him and later went on to help him escape justice. A juror in his trial that found him not guilty, y'all. So this is how, like, the world works. If you have shit tons of money, people would do anything thinking they might get some of it. They actually went into how all his friends knew he was guilty, but they just wanted his fucking money, so they basically just stayed friends with him, sucked up to him, helped him in every fucking way they could. He like basically has 2 wives. Whole thing is just ridiculous, fucked up. Also, if you hadn't seen the first season, so he agreed to this show on HBO, The Jinx, right? Documentary about his crimes and whatnot. I guess he thought he'd come off looking good. Well, the very last episode, spoiler alert, they confront him with the fact that a piece of mail got sent by the killer anonymously to the police, and they matched it up with another envelope that he himself admitted that he sent, and the writing was identical. Even the misspellings were exactly the same. They caught him. And so this dumbass goes to the bathroom during the middle of the documentary, forgets he's all mic'd up, and confesses to himself in front of the fucking mirror, y'all. So yeah, the second season's about after the first season ended. They obviously went and arrested him after they fucking had the audio tape of him confessing, had the evidence of the 2 envelopes matching each other. But anyway, pretty good if you hadn't seen it. Check that shit out. Hell yeah. And did he eat one of them? Not as far as I know. Did not eat any of them, but cut them up into pieces, murdered his best friend, murdered a couple other people. So, shitty justice system. What you gonna do? And did he write a book? I don't think he did, no. I'm surprised, though, because he's a talker. He likes to be the center of fucking attention. So, anyway, that's all I've been up to, folks. First half of the show, gonna be about Palestine again. Going to be about the protests on the campus again. People have been bitching at me about it. Dusty, your show's not as fun and as jokey as it used to be. Yeah, it's almost like there's a fucking genocide going on that we're being forced to pay for. It's almost like a coup is taking over our government and we're no longer the United States of America. It's almost like they're destroying the Constitution and freedom right in front of our eyes. I don't know how not to cover this, folks. People are like, do a separate show. No, if you're watching the repeat, just skip over the parts you don't like, you lazy fucks. It's not that hard, all right? Deal with it, but we got to cover this shit. Jinx is old and he's dead now. Well, the second season of the documentary is new, so it just came out. In fact, they've only had the first 2 episodes, so they're going to have more episodes, I guess. They haven't covered his death yet. I know he died. Spoiler alert, but they haven't covered that yet. So anyway, check that out. And as always, folks, on Super Chats, like brother show, Super Chats, no questions dodged, every question answered. All the Super Chats, there is a boom over here, $, by your chat. Click on the $. Donate whatever you want to. The more you donate, the more serious I'll take your question, because I am a hoe bag. Who wants to be my sugar mama or my sugar daddy if you're into it? Meow. Shh. Anyway, super chat me, help out me and the floating kitties, and hopefully there'll be plenty of floating cats. I got one in my lap right here. Can't really see it. Mr. Pretty Boy, always in my lap. This is a daddy's boy right here. So hell yeah. Anyway, let's all get real fucking depressed, y'all. I need to adjust this just a little bit. Adjust on the fly. Cat, that is not helpful. That is not helpful. As soon as I decided to adjust, they're gonna... Let me move that a little bit. God damn it. Cat, move! Let me do this real quick. God damn it, my keyboard is not turned on. Motherfucker, that would help. All right, move that out a little bit. There we go. Boom. Perfect. All right, now I got to make myself smaller. Move myself over. Hell yeah. Fuck it, we'll do it live. What up? All right, cool. All right, folks, let's go ahead and kick it off. Raise your fist in the air. It's time to free Palestine. Boom. There we go. And another week of the United States government crushing free speech. Guaranteed by the Constitution, but do they give a fuck? Apparently not. They don't give a fuck about our rights, about the Constitution, about any of this shit. God damn it. Why won't this... No, I guess that's this. Okay. But, it's basically this animation right here, folks. Just kids across the world, stop killing in our name. Stop charging us for bombs to drop on children. Meanwhile, Israel just jamming the bombs into the face of the kids while the United States cop beat the shit out of us. Take away our right to protest. The right to protest is American as fucking apple pie. It's an American as goddamn anything. But we can't have that because a bloodless coup has taken over our government. Joe Biden, a zombie host for the Israeli government now. And this is what we're facing on our college campuses. Jackbooted thugs happily sprinting across to assault kids who simply want children to stop being murdered in our name. Yep. Hurt him. Drag him off. I dare you try to save the lives of children. This is America. We don't fucking do that here. And yes, if you have a chance to go join these protests, immediately go fucking join these protests. I hope this is just getting started. Meanwhile, I've had my differences with Jill Stein, but I would vote for Jill Stein in a trillionth of a heartbeat over Joe Biden, over Donald Trump, over any of these people. Here she is, having a bike shoved in her face by the Nazis. Yep. 70-year-old woman, Jewish woman. This is how they treat even Jewish people. Somehow this is not anti-Semitic. You want them to stop murdering children? That's anti-Semitic. You want them to stop Israeli bombing? Committing ethnic cleansing? That's anti-Semitic. But no, beating, arresting, throwing a Jewish woman on the ground? Nope. That's totally fucking fine. And yeah, here she is getting carted off and arrested. Hero shit right here. I wanted to forget everything else. Forgive everything else. This is the kind of leadership we need in this country. We're getting the exact fucking opposite. And yes, the empire is doubling down as we are rising up. Man, it's scary, folks. It's scary to read the New York Times and how they're one-sided covering this. The protesters who want to stop the genocide are the bad guys here, and the genociders are the good guys. It's the most crazy-ass shit. Meanwhile, you remember, folks, some of the excuses that they gave to send in the jackbooted thugs to crack skulls of the students were that Jewish students didn't feel safe on campus. They didn't feel safe around the anti-genocide protesters, like this one sent out by Northeastern University earlier this morning. The Northeastern University Police Department, in cooperation with local law enforcement partners, began clearing an unauthorized encampment on the university's Boston campus. What began as a student demonstration 2 days ago was infiltrated by professional organizers with no affiliation to Northeastern. Last night, the use of virulent anti-Semitic slurs, including "kill the Jews," crossed the line. We cannot tolerate this kind of hate on our campus, but you're not going to be shocked by this. It was a pro-Israeli instigator who was the one shouting, "Kill the Jews." So yes, it was a Zionist protester. This is what they're doing. They're instigating. They're trying to stir shit up. And then 100% of it gets blamed on the anti-genocide crowd and not the pro-genocide crowd. And then they get their heads cracked open and sent to prison. This is the dystopia we live in. And here we go. This is the kid. This is the pro-Israeli Zionist screaming, "Kill the Jews," in order to muddy the waters of the protest.
Got it!
Okay. Kill the Jews. Anybody on board? Anybody on board? You take chances for it.
So he's saying, "Kill the Jews." Anybody on board with that? You guys on board with that? These are the pro-Zionist instigators. But of course, every bit of it got blamed on the students who were against genocide. And this is what we're seeing over and over and over again. They're doing it on purpose. Aided and abetted by the United States media right now, who is not actually reporting this. They're reporting that the protests are anti-Semitic, even though it's the Zionists doing the anti-Semitism. Yes. Wait, let me get this straight. 100 students were arrested because the uni claimed they had yelled, "Kill the Jews." Then it turns out the student who yelled that was holding an Israeli flag, trying to unsuccessfully bait the crowd, and was booed in return. Yes, but it works. This is how they've always done it, folks. Stir shit up and then play the victim. And the media has their back. The media lies for them or commits the sin of omission by only covering one side of the fucking story. And this is why a giant percentage of America right now thinks it's okay to destroy your free speech, your right to protest. Meanwhile, these are the kind of pro-genocide, pro-Israel protesters that are out there, folks. This woman screaming at the anti-genociders that she hopes they get raped. I hope they rape you. I hope they rape you. Yeah, those are the good guys, folks. Those are the people that own us right now. Those are the people in charge of our government right now. People screaming at women that they hope they get raped. But 0% of the New York Times, Washington Post, anybody's going to cover this. In fact, what they're going to cover is protesters at the student protests yelled, "I hope you get raped." And they won't say which side did it. So you'll think it's the anti-genocide, the anti-Israel side that did it. So you'll support the cops going in, violating the constitutional rights of these people, violating their free speech. This is how wag the dog works, folks. This is how manufactured consent works. Once again, here's the Zionist. Yeah. Geniuses. Just the worst among us. Calling them dogs and animals, cussing at them. They're just trying to instigate so bad because they want violence. They want the other side to say or do anything that they can clip chimp out of context so they can justify shutting down their free speech, cracking their heads.
Pussy! Take your mask off!
This Asian guy super concerned with Israel's right to murder children. Amazing of him. Here's one calling a black guy the N-word and spitting in his face. Wonder if you're going to see this on the New York Times or CNN.
Hey, keep it going, keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. Hey, you all do shit, keep it going. Do something about it right now. Do something right now. Do something right now. You won't do shit. You won't do shit. Do some shit. What's up?
There you go, yeah, that's a song. So apparently this is a boxer that owns a gym, a local gym. Why are all these people like bros? They're like Joe Rogan viewers. Why are they so interested in Israel? Just crazy. They're very invested in this. And they're exactly the type of bottom feeders you would imagine them to be. It gets even more bizarre, folks. It's like the pro-Zionist side can do anything without any police stepping in, without anybody pointing out that they're the ones doing it. They're the one instigating almost the entirety of the problem here. Here, they threw a bag full of rats or mice at the anti-genocide crowd. I shit you not, folks. Look at this.
You get it? Yes.
Our media completely complicit in this.
Are they going to detain the girl or no?
Joe Biden using this as an excuse to back the jackbooted thugs and shut down our freedom of speech. Crazy as shit, man. What is happening in this country right now? Meanwhile, the entitlement is fucking incredible. They're trying so hard to get clips to put as content on their YouTube channels that they're bursting in with cameras and sticking them in the protesters' face and demanding interviews. But the kids these days are more savvy. They know exactly what's up. They know these people are not arguing in good faith. They know they're not there to hear their side of it. They know 100% they're there to get some kind of soundbite, some kind of clip they put out of context to make the protesters look bad, to instigate something, to justify shutting them down. And when they can't get it, they still play the victim. Like this woman, run up, gonna put cameras in their face. When they won't talk to her, she cries and pretend like they're threatening her. Prepare to be angry.
We've been seeing all over the news all the craziness that's happening on college campuses, especially at UCLA, so I decided to come here for myself. Do you mind if I interview?
I'm not going to talk to media.
Excuse me, do you guys want to tell me what's going on here?
No, sorry. We're not letting any media in. You can, just so you know.
Okay, we were just standing outside, just trying to... Are we allowed to ask you guys a few questions about it? A lot of us just don't feel comfortable.
I can direct you to media liaison.
We're not gonna interview with you today. Not gonna engage with people that are gonna be pushing us.
Never seen anything like this in my life.
No, agitators aren't allowed.
Talk to one of our media.
They won't speak to me. No one will speak to me.
There's a desk over there with media.
I've spoken to them. They won't speak to me.
Well, then we can try again.
I've tried, and this lady specifically is telling me I'm an agitator.
Don't engage with agitators in this.
I'm just trying to understand what you're protesting. For some reason, no one from your guys' team will let you guys speak, and I don't know why you guys can't speak to me. And like, this is so intimidating and scary for you guys to be standing here. I literally have walked around for the past 2 hours just asking peaceful questions like, what's going on here today? Why are you guys here? And no one can speak to me. And you guys are laughing. I don't understand how this is funny. I genuinely wanted to learn from you. And I wish we could have ended in a hug. That's actually what I hoped from this. That's my dream from all of this, that we could understand each other.
I'm so intimidated. Oh my God. I'm so unsafe right now. I feel so unsafe. I walk right up to you, put a camera in your face. Oh my God. Just good God. They want to be the victim so bad. It is pathetic as anything has fucking ever been. And folks, it gets worse than that. You're like, how? How can it get worse than that? So this Zionist cunt walks up to these anti-genocide protesters, grabs their box full of their signs and shit, refuses to let it go, and then claims that they're being violent and aggressive to her because they won't let her steal their shit. Watch this.
I'm a settler because I'm Australian. What's the fucking difference?
We can discuss this, but give us our stuff back.
It goes in the bin.
No,
It's not going in the bin.
actually, you can get student misconduct.
Don't spam.
Your campus,
You're gonna get banned if you spam. One more time, that's it.
The campus
How is the camp okay?
Because we're peaceful protesters.
and it's free speech, and by you taking our banners,
This is not peaceful. You're grabbing something out of my hand.
Because you just
always
grabbed
say I
it.
have-
It's not peaceful. You're grabbing something out of my hand. You just grabbed it out of their hand. She's literally holding on to their box, trying to steal their shit, claiming that they're not being peaceful because they're not allowing her to steal their shit.
Unfair.
Look, we're not going to let you steal from us. It's pretty easy. Why would we accept you stealing from us?
You are.
and our
How
banners,
do you think Jewish students feel on campus
our
right
banners
now?
have our demands on it. So if you take this right
Jewish
now,
students, oh my
you're
God.
taking stuff from us.
How do you think the children are being bombed to death in Palestine feel? How do you think the women, men who have to watch their children be blown apart, have to watch their wives be blown apart, their brothers, their husbands, how do you think they feel? You don't give a fuck about any of this shit. It's all about you.
And the university has permission for you to do this.
Yeah, they would have shut us down long ago if we didn't have permission.
To take our stuff without
Yeah, I don't know
demands.
if you checked the student email.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
Just what a fucking cunt. And it gets even worse somehow, folks. I don't know how they continue to top themselves. This woman walking up in the middle of the protest with her dog and then calls the cops claiming that they're surrounding her and won't let her leave. Meanwhile, they're specifically telling her she's free to go. Nobody is stopping her. But they want to be the victim so bad. They want to get the other side in trouble so bad. They feel morally obligated to lie because they know there's no consequences for them. No one's going to report on it. No one's going to hold them accountable. Whatever they do is going to be blamed on the fucking other side. So it's effective, even if it's as ridiculous as you could possibly imagine.
Is not in harm's way. Nobody is going to hurt them. Nobody is going to attack them. This person is not in harm's way.
They are free to leave.
Nobody is going to hurt them. Nobody is going to attack them. This person is not in harm's way.
Yes, they're right in front of me right now. They're holding signs.
This person is not in harm's way.
I need funds, genocide. I need help. I know that, but they're surrounding me. They won't let me move.
No, you are free to move. You are free to move. She is free to move.
You are free to move.
So angry.
I just think they're surrounding me right now.
She's free to move. She's free to leave. She is free to leave. No one is surrounding her.
Nobody is surrounding you.
She is free to leave.
You are free to leave.
There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's Western University. These are students. They're surrounding me. I can take a picture.
She's free to leave. No one is surrounding
I
her.
need help.
No one is surrounding
No one is surrounding her.
I'm just walking my dog. I need help.
She's free to leave.
I'm a Jewish American. I need help.
I'm a Jewish American. I need help.
Come and help me.
Please come and help me.
I'm wearing a white Adidas shirt. I have a dog with me. Walking a dog. I need help.
This should be illegal. She should be put in jail for this. She's trying to get the cops to come and attack these peaceful protesters. That's what they're doing here, folks. And she's doing this to help defend genocide, to help defend child murders. Imagine being this fucking evil, but they don't care because their entire personality revolves around being oppressed. If they're not oppressed, then they don't know what to do with themselves. They don't know who they are. So regardless how obvious it is they're not oppressed, how ridiculous it is, they still have to go through this fucking charade. Otherwise, they have to admit to themselves that they're the bad guys murdering tens of thousands of children, genociding people, ethnic cleansing them, and they can't do that. So they have to keep it up. Good Lord, it's so fucking angering. And the cops are using this to get rid of free speech to crackheads. They're using it as an excuse, folks. It's working. Joe Biden let them fucking do it. And at least there's some parodies of this out there. This is a parody video of the last one we saw. Pretty funny.
Hello, police. I need help. I'm here with my dog. No, I don't need that kind of help. Police, can you connect me to the Zionist protection line? Sure, I'll wait. But hurry. There's all these people. They're surrounding me. They won't let me leave.
Literally no one is surrounding her.
I'm in great danger. There's a
No one cares, bitch.
full of people wearing keffiyeh that are surrounding me. Why am I on the campus?
She doesn't even go here.
Well, I'm not a student, but I'm on the campus because that's where the terrorism is. My dog is having a panic attack. No, they're surrounding me. 6, 7, 8, 10, 40, 60, 90. There's a guy with a weapon, a bicycle helmet behind me. Please hurry.
I have a pedicure at 5.
Did I mention that I'm white? I'm a white woman.
No one is keeping
help
them
and soon.
here. She's free to leave.
Yeah, they're chanting genocidal slogans. There's no way for me to. It's like I'm trapped in a cage.
Yes, there are Jewish students here, but they're the bad guys.
My name is Sarah McCarran. I need help at once. There's a baby Hamas supporter. Baby Hamas supporter. Just walk by me.
Who are you and why are you randomly standing in the middle of the street?
Thank you. I'm wearing a white sweater.
We don't even know who she is.
My dog and I are in imminent danger of being inconvenienced. Where are you? Where are you? Let me leave.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, this is the parody
She
of the
just
last
came to
video.
the campus with her dog.
Stop blogging me.
Pretty funny, but almost dead on. We live in a world that's hard to parody now because the real version is so goddamn absurd. Meanwhile, River, chanting from the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. hate speech, but make Gaza Jewish again, fine. No congressional hearings on it. No condemnations. Nobody cracking this dude's head. Because when you're pro-genocide, you can do anything, get away with anything, lie. But when you're anti-genocide, you have to be arrested in Joe Biden's America. Meanwhile, they're deputizing the frat bros now to destroy people's properties and break up their peaceful rallies.
Look at these. Right. We've got the white frat boys throwing away protesters' belongings, and we've got the pigs in brown doing nothing about it.
Yeah, protecting them.
We are being forced off campus. Pigs in brown.
Yeah, because they're not on our side, folks. They're not on the side of freedom. They're the jackbooted thugs. The fascists have taken over. A bloodless coup has taken over our entire country. We are now the United States of Israel. America is no more. The Constitution has been suspended. Meanwhile, they're doing war siege tactics against the protesters, cops surrounding them and stopping food from going in to try to starve them out. They're chanting, "Let us eat," because they won't allow food in. This is siege warfare. The American people are now the enemy. You must bow down to your Zionist overlords. Otherwise, you will starve to death just like the Palestinians. We are the new Palestinians. America is the new Gaza. The police is the new IDF. They've imported it to us. It's not just America either, folks. They run everything. Here's Germany. Jackbooted thugs attacking peaceful protesters in Germany now. This looks familiar. Terrifying. Lots of videos of this. Here's another one. Seen from Germany. Covering his face up so he can't breathe. These giant fucking meatheads. The entire Western world now controlled by Israel. Zionism rules everybody now. We have no rights anymore. And even in Israel, of course, even the fine Jewish people in Israel who were standing up against these atrocities can't do that. No free speech in Israel. This girl simply screamed out, Ben-Gvir is a criminal. Ben-Gvir is the president of the United States. He's the president of all the West. He's the one that rules everything right now from the shadows. But even in Israel, they don't have any free speech, folks. You can't speak out against the atrocities. The jackboot thugs will come and disappear you, black bag you. Even Jews aren't safe from Zionism. No one is. We are all goyim. We are all slaves. Bow down and let your masters rape you in the ass. Nobody is going to protect us. Joe Biden 100% sold us out. And yes, over 200 zip-tied Palestinians found executed in a hospital, and you were upset at our protest, but they're not even upset about it. They're just using it as a distraction. Because yes, hundreds of bodies found in mass graves. Not hearing fucking shit about it, New York Times, Washington Post, all our mass media. But the protest, hearing all about that, hearing about the anti-Semitism, how Jewish students on campuses don't feel safe, hearing lots about that, but not the murder victims. And that's the whole point of all this, folks. Distract us while they kill more children. And it's working. But at least some fucking heroes are fighting back. This is the University of Illinois kettling the police. Students have a right to defend themselves. You do not have to be abused. You do not have to have your constitutional rights violated. They do not have the right to do this. There are more of us than there are of them.
Hold on. Watch the Touch my dick, asshole. Grab my dick.
I don't know if America can be saved, but goddamn, if it's going to be saved, we have to fight for it right fucking now. Tooth and nail. And yes, this is what it's all about, folks. The hero students out there protesting, trying to save these children's lives, and the children took time out. They noticed. They're online just like we are. And they sent a special thanks to all of you heroes out there protesting at the campuses. Thanks to students down with Gaza, be human. Thanks to students down with Gaza, be human. How many of these children are going to be murdered, folks? How many of these children are going to survive the year? Guarantee you, a lot of these kids are going to die. They're desperate. They want to live just like you and I do. So yes, anybody willing to stand up for them, obviously they're very thankful. And thank you to the heroes out there. Meanwhile, the most privileged sack of shit monsters on fucking earth taking to social media to show everybody how disgusting they are. This is the apex of privilege right here, folks.
Okay, the amount of annoying videos I see on a daily basis, the pro-Palestine people are actually worse than the BLM people were, which I didn't even know that was possible. Whatever you think you're doing for your cause, you're hurting it a million times more.
That is projection if I ever saw it. Regardless of what you think you're doing here, you are hurting. And it's good. Please keep this up. I'm not telling you to stop this. Please make 1,000 more videos like this, you fucking ignorant cunt. And thank you for your service.
And if you're so fond of a place, I suggest you leave America and you go there and you fight for that thing that you believe.
We are fighting in America right now. The place that that's funding it, the place that's sending the bombs. We're right here where we're supposed to be, fucking funding it. No, I wouldn't want to go there because they're bombing the fuck out of it. Even American aid workers can't go there without getting killed. Why the fuck would I go there? But I don't want to see those people get killed. I don't want to see aid workers get killed. I don't want to see little kids get blown the fuck up. So I'm fighting for it right here in the United States, exactly like I'm fucking supposed to do, unlike your goddamn cowardly ass.
So strongly about. It has no place here anymore. I'm frankly very over it. This is a subject I don't even like and I don't even talk about because I don't agree with a lot of shit on both sides. But these people are like actually the worst.
They're actually the worst. Not the ones killing the children. Not the 15,000 children that have been murdered. Not the 30,000 innocent people that have been murdered. Not the fucking ethnic cleansing, the bombing of every university, every hospital. That's not the worst. The people that want that to stop, they're actually the worst. Oh my God.
It's so bad on your Whittle College campus your parents paid for. The worst. Oh, and ready?
Yes, you are the worst.
For this is a kicker. You're not gonna like this one. You know who's not blocking airports? You know who's not blocking me from getting inside a coffee shop? My Jewish friends, because they're all at work making money.
Bullshit. Lots and lots and lots of Jewish people out there protesting this because they don't want this genocide in their name. They oppose Zionism because they know Zionism's anti-Semitic. Zionism tries to equate Jewishness with all this fucking murder, all this awfulness, all this religious extremism, and they won't fucking no part of it. They're out there louder than fucking anybody, you worthless cunt. Meanwhile, they seem to have a lot of money on the pro-Israeli protest side. The student protests are kind of just like cheap tents and stuff that the cops are cutting up. Meanwhile, the pro-Israeli side, unlimited money. They put up a very large screen. They basically had a pro-genocide raid out of the campus as they counter-protest. Here's the lady talking about it.
We are here at the UCLA encampment. Live update, the Zionists raised $65,000 in the span of 3 days to do a counter-protest to our protest. Guys, I can't make this up. They're doing a benefit concert next to our encampment. Please look. This is our encampment. This is the concert they're at. I'm not even mad they're counter-protesting. I'm more mad that the singing is so bad and we've had to listen to this for hours. Like, yes, girl, celebrate the genocide.
Imagine being this evil, out there celebrating genocide, protesting those who want to stop it with endless money. No cops breaking them up. Nobody bashing them in the head. Joe Biden not out there decrying it. Nancy Pelosi not out there telling them to stop. Nothing. The pro-genocide crowd. Basically, it's like this. The American public, the fucking ignorant ass Americans, bloody extremists for wanting to stop murdering children. This is where we're at in this society. We deserve Donald Trump, folks. We deserve Trump to just come in like Godzilla and destroy this entire fucking country. That's what we deserve. I ain't saying I want that to happen. I'm just saying that's what we fucking deserve. And speaking of Donald Trump, stop the protests now. We're supposed to have a constitutional right to protest, but our rulers don't want that to happen because they don't work for us. It's all Israel all the way down now. Meanwhile, remember the United States not doing anything to call out Israel, sent them bomb after bomb after bomb, $20 billion more dollars, endless money for murder. But Joe Biden started noticing, hey, my approval ratings are going way down. I might lose the presidency. I need to throw something out there to pretend like I'm hearing people and I'm going to do something that's going to let them murder children. What can we do that's like nothing, that has no effect whatsoever, but will seem to people like we're pretending like we're doing something? He's like, I know. We will sanction one particular Israeli military unit who got caught on video committing war crimes. Of course, sanctions don't do anything. We're still going to send the same exact bomb, weapons, money to Israel, and they're just going to give the same weapons, bombs, money to this military unit anyway. The sanction literally does nothing. But, you know, it's a way to pretend like we hear you, pretend like we care, a way to fake it. Well, guess what? They decided not even to do that. Not even to do the fake thing they plan to do as a political stunt. They even backed off that, folks. U.S. holds off on sanctioning Israeli military units accused of human rights violations. So literally nothing. They won't even do their own fake shit. Meanwhile, I hope this is true, folks. I hope this goes through. The International Criminal Court will issue arrest warrants for Netanyahu and other Israeli officials this week, reports say. I'll believe it when I fucking see it. But somebody trying to hold these murderers, these child murderers accountable. I really hope this is true. I read that Netanyahu is getting nervous about it. But I have my doubts, and guess why? Yep, Joe Biden, Johnny on the spot to make sure that child murderers such as himself are never held accountable. The United States and Israel are working to block an international criminal court arrest warrant against Netanyahu, Israeli media. Shocker. Genocide Joe, Butcher Biden want to make sure nobody ever has to face any kind of repercussions for the mass child murder and genocide. Breaking, the United States threatens the International Criminal Court in The Hague. If you send an arrest warrant to Netanyahu and his ministers, there will be no ceasefire. Joe Biden warns. The U.S. and its allies are concerned that the International Criminal Court may issue arrest warrants for Israeli officials just as the country is getting closer to a ceasefire agreement with Hamas. Sure they are. Sure they are. Just total fucking bullshit. The most evil human beings on earth are running us. America is no more. It doesn't even matter who wins the next election, folks. Democracy's already over. America's already over. Shockingly, John Fetterman siding with the right on every issue. This time he's siding with Speaker Mike Johnson. Mike Johnson says the ICC should stand down on this immediately. That's right. I dare you hold Israel responsible for war crimes. To which John Fetterman, Strucker Ace, our politics diverge on many issues, but intersect on this. Yeah, you both been paid for, bought by AIPAC and Israel. This is just war against Hamas, terrorists who designed and instigated the 10/7 massacre. So the 15,000 children that were murdered, in John Fetterman's eyes, they're all Hamas. The 30,000 innocent people murdered, Hamas. Everybody's Hamas. The students that are protesting, they're Hamas. I'm Hamas. You're Hamas. Everybody's Hamas. We all deserve to be murdered. And if Stroker Ace has his way, this fucking ogre will be the death of us all. The ICC shreds what credibility it has. No self-awareness whatsoever. No irony. Nothing. Just insane bullshit all the fucking time. Meanwhile, folks, like I said, America's over. It's done. We're done. Put a fork in us. Texas City refuses to give people hurricane aid unless they pledge not to boycott Israel. In case you don't think this is real, folks, I looked it up. And sure enough, here's the ACLU. Houston, the city of Dickinson, Texas, is requiring applicants for Hurricane Harvey rebuilding funds to certify in writing that they will not take part in a boycott of Israel. The American Civil Liberties Union criticized the city's condition as a violation of free speech rights. Yeah, they don't give a fuck. They'll call themselves patriots all day long while taking a shit on the Constitution, while shredding it. Anything for Israel. Doesn't matter who they abuse. Doesn't matter how crazy it is. Just like me, they were born and raised in a Zionist cult. And yes, Southern Christianity is a Zionist cult. I was born and raised to believe that you have to defend Israel above yourself. You have to defend Israel above America. In fact, you have to defend Israel because if you don't, Jesus is not coming back. You won't get to go to heaven and spend eternity in paradise unless you put Israel above yourself. This Zionism was ingrained into me as a child, was ingrained into all of us. All my friends, all my family, every fucking one of us from birth. Meanwhile, DeSantis pledging to expel students from Florida if they protest Israel. You're not allowed to protest in this country anymore, at least when it concerns Israel.
You think about what happened when you have these Hamas demonstrators out. They're taking over.
Hamas demonstrators. That's how they're framing it, folks. Literally, they're anti-genociders. Not a single one of them Hamas. But lying, gaslighting while they take away our constitutional rights. That's what people that call themselves patriots do.
Over bridges and they're taking over roads.
Good.
And first of all, you don't have a right to do that.
You don't have a right to murder 15,000 children, you goddamn ghoul.
You have someone get stuck in traffic. How do you know if someone may need to get to a hospital?
Yeah, you know who needs to get to the hospital? The people of fucking Palestine, but they can't because you bombed all the goddamn hospitals.
Someone may need to pick up a child somewhere, and you're just going to commandeer the road because you have this ideological predilection. They tried to do that in Miami, and what happened? In 10 minutes, they got dragged off the road where they belonged, and we're not going to tolerate that. You look at...
They're not going to tolerate any freedom in America anymore. Israel has decided you are no longer free. You will worship and you will like it, or you will be punished. Meanwhile, seen at George Washington University student campus, Joe Biden kills kids. Yes, he does. Butcher Biden. Mass murdered more children than every single serial killer in the history of the country combined. That's our president, folks. That's how bad it's gotten in this country. Meanwhile, cunt-ass Nancy Pelosi gonna get up there, tell the students, tell the people that are boycotting the Washington Correspondents dinner that what they're doing is not persuasive, that it's not working. Hopefully they're fucking scared.
If they think that it's persuasive to come and disrupt the convention, I don't know who they're persuading. And again,
they don't give a shit. Joe Biden going to lose the election to Donald Trump. Don't give a fuck. Won't listen. Don't care. They will destroy this country for Israel, folks.
And as you said so clearly, so Richard Nixon won. And then when there was protest over the Iraq War, George Bush won. Now, again, not as violent as what happened in Chicago. So we just have to respect dissension and also respect order and safety for our people.
How does President Biden address it to calm things down, to make sure that there isn't a melee outside of the convention, something that could hurt his chances for re-election? Can the White House do that? Is there a way to reach the protesters who are demanding the war in Israel stop? They're demanding that U.S. stop funding Israel.
Well, there are different elements of the protest.
That's true.
I keep saying to them, what do you think about Hamas as a terrorist organization?
But what about Hamas? But what about Hamas? What about the 30,000 innocent people murdered? What about the genocide, the ethnic cleansing? What about that?
That's how our country regards them.
They're zombies. All they can do is repeat the same shit over and over and over again for their Israeli masters.
What do you think about the protesters? You don't hear too much about that, but they have a legitimate concern about the humanitarian disaster that is happening.
Caused by Joe Biden.
In Gaza. President Biden is a strong supporter, as am I, of Israel.
Now here comes the gaslighting.
But he also has been, for a long time, as many of us have been, a strong supporter of a two-state solution.
No, he's not. They literally voted against it. They just fucking voted against it in the UN. They vote against it, and then they tell us they're for it, folks. They have no respect for the Democrats that vote for them, and I guess they shouldn't.
A two-state solution respectful of the needs and aspirations of the Palestinian people. He's also been the strongest advocate for humanitarian assistance.
Definitely. When he found out 10,000 children were murdered, that day he sent 2,000 2,000-pound bombs. The day he found out that 7 aid workers, including an American, was murdered, he went around Congress to send more bombs to Israel. They're literally sending bombs, murdering children, murdering innocent people by the thousands, and then telling us he is the one most interested in aid to these people. It's the most insane gaslighting I've ever seen in my life.
To Palestinians, which was resisted by many in the House of Representatives on the Republican side. So he has been their champion, but for some reason...
The guy sending the bombs to murder them is their champion, folks. This is the reality they're trying to sell to us.
And I don't know what the motivation is. They decided, genocide Joe, this or that.
You don't know what the motivation is. You have no clue why we think Joe Biden is complicit in the murder of all these people. No idea whatsoever, okay? Okay, Jan.
And so that makes me question some of the motivation of some of them. Mostly it's spontaneous.
Yeah, she's questioned our motivation for why we're blaming Joe Biden. We must be fucked in the head. We must be evil, folks. That's what it is. We're the problem here, folks. Not Joe Biden sending the bombs, the money, the weapons. That's no problem. He loves the Palestinian people.
It's organic, it's sincere, and it's to be respected. But it also has to not be anti-Semitic or anti-Israel, which could be interpreted that way.
To you, anti-genocide is anti-Semitic, which is itself anti-Semitic. You're the anti-Semite, you fucking cunt. Go towards the light, bitch, immediately. Please, please, please. Good fucking God. Meanwhile, they had the awful, awful White House Correspondents' dinner. While Joe Biden, personally responsible for the deaths of at least 100 journalists in Palestine. He's the one that sent the bombs. He's the one that covered for Israel, kept them from being charged with war crime. He is complicit. Not a single mention. Gonna go to this White House Correspondents' dinner, pretend like he respects the press, as he literally murders the press, folks. Shitting in our mouth and telling us it's pumpkin pie. Now here's the celebrities coming in, and the heroes out there shouting them down exactly like they fucking should. Cunt, asshole, dick, prick, fuck stick, fuckwad, shithead, murderer. Every one of you. Shame. Fucking shame. The worst humans on the goddamn fucking planet. Meanwhile, they set out a memorial for all these journalists murdered. Outside of the White House Correspondents' dinner, these are all the Palestinian journalists murdered, bought, paid by the American government. They don't give a shit about the free press, y'all. It's the most ridiculous, insane gaslighting. Look how many there are, folks. Not a single word spoken. What has this country become? They even projected this across the street from the White House Correspondents' dinner. No more war crimes, ceasefire now. Exactly what we need. Get up in their fucking ass. And then this fucking white bread, milk toast, completely boring vanilla Colin Jost. Dude can't deliver a joke if his life fucking depended on it. Gonna get up there and tell us how decent of a man Joe Biden is, folks. No shame what the fuck so ever.
He voted for you in the last election that he ever voted in. I mean, I'm sure someone else will vote twice in this election using his name, but that's just how the Democratic machine works. He voted for you, and the reason that he voted for you is because you're a decent man.
So decent. 15,000 dead children, 30,000 dead innocent people. So decent, this man, this fucking ghoul, this child murderer, this monster, gonna sit up and fucking look the camera in the eye and tell us this guy's fucking decent. I hope your career is over. I know it won't be. Colin Jost, he's the one that does the news on Saturday Night Live.
My grandpa voted for decency, and decency is why we're all here tonight. Decency is how we're able to be here tonight.
Not a single decent person in that room. No decent person would have showed up to that. No decent person would sit there and listen to that, and abso-fucking-lutely no decent person would goddamn say that. So this cow dick married to Scarlett Johansson, who apparently is also an evil fucking cunt. When Oxfam asked Colin Jost's wife, Scarlett Johansson, to cut ties with SodaStream over their factory and an illegal West Bank settlement, she stepped down from her role as an Oxfam ambassador instead. Yeah, Scarlett Johansson, I have no regret over ad for West Bank drinks company SodaStream. Despite role with Oxfam, star is not swayed by condemnation over drink plant on the West Bank and Israel because they don't give a shit. All they care about is their own fame, their own money. They could not give a fuck about the brown kids being murdered. Why should they? It doesn't affect their lives. It's not their children being murdered. Who cares about those strangers they don't even know in a faraway land, right? Monsters. Monsters. Living ghoul. Krista Jackson, I don't know about you, but I like a president who can laugh at himself. Yeah, I don't know about you, but I like a president who doesn't arm and fund genocide in Gaza. I like a president that doesn't murder fucking children. I like a president that doesn't lie about it. I like a president that doesn't suspend the Constitution in free speech and attack college kids on campuses. That's the kind of president I like. I guess I'm funny that way. Meanwhile, folks, looking bad. He doesn't work for us. He works for Israel. He doesn't care if he loses. How Biden is handling the Israel-Hamas war. 71% disapprove, according to the CNN poll. Only 28% approve. This is his base, his people. All of them pissed. Could not give a shit. He's 100% on the record, admitting he knows that if Trump wins the presidency, we might never have another election. Democracy in this country might be over. Could be the end of America as we know it, if it wasn't already, you know. Doesn't care. Does not give a shit, folks. And yes, I know polls are not set in stone. They're just weather vanes. But the latest CNN poll, Donald Trump up 49-43. Donald Trump leading in almost every single swing state. Donald Trump, the odds-on favorite to be the next president of the United States. All Joe Biden has to do is stop committing genocide. Won't do it. He's so in love with murdering brown kids, he will literally hand the presidency to Donald Trump. That's where we're at right now, folks. America is over. Meanwhile, this is why I'll never consider myself a Democrat again. Fucking pussies. Like Howard Stern. I never thought Howard Stern was funny at all. I never thought he was talented. I never got it. I never understood. I guess he was just always lowbrow, always appealed to the lowest fucking common denominator, of which there are many, many, many out there. Here he is fellatiating Joe Biden.
You know, the reason I'm so excited to talk to you was because I wanted to understand the tragedy in your life and how you dealt with it. And you're the kind of leader I love, because we're lucky to have you in the Oval Office and serving as the father of the country. Because if you're a good father to your family, which you are, I know you'd be a good father to the country. And I want to thank you for providing a calming influence. And
I don't need a father, okay? I need somebody who works for us, who will do what we fucking say, who will listen, who is a representative of our democracy. I don't need a fucking daddy, Howard Stern.
Organized administration, post-COVID, getting that vaccine out. I remember what the world was like at that point, getting NATO, getting us to...
Fuck you, Howard Stern. Another one needs to go towards the lot immediately. Sell out. And all right, I'm gonna go one more. Let's just finish with this one. Finish on a little funny note. Hero amongst us all, Walter Masterson out trolling the pro-Israel protest. Let's have a look.
The Empire did nothing wrong. If Tarkin blew up Alderaan, the liberal media is not going to tell you that. The Rebel Alliance kidnaps children and they indoctrinate them to talk about Star Wars. Wait, is there a Star Wars area? Wait, there's a special area to talk about Star Wars. The Mandalorian uses Baby Yoda as a human shield. How are they doing? Talk about Star Wars. Some people just don't want to talk about Star Wars. I was talking about Star Wars. You're from Fox News? I'm going to be on Fox tomorrow. Okay, yeah. So, So the Mandalorian was using Baby Yoda as a human shield. The liberal media doesn't talk about how Alderaan was being used as a base for the Rebel Alliance. Say what you want about the Sith Lord, but I mean, he dealt with the Trade Federation and that whole blockade of Naboo. Okay, and for those who are a little bit less familiar with Star Wars, could you draw the analogy a little bit? You want to start with Episode 1. You see how does that connect to this issue, or why what is what's going on here? What is this? Oh, Israel? Oh, huh. Hard to say, really.
Hard to say, really. What is the connection? But obviously the connection is the American empire and the Israeli empire are the empire, and the rest of us are the Rebel Alliance. Anybody fighting back against this? But there are more of us than there are of them. I actually finished the last Star Wars movie the other day, Episode 9. Remember at the end of it, the very end, spoiler alert, at the end of it, all the rebels show up, and they had the Empire outnumbered. That's the way it is, folks. The Empire may have more firepower, but there's more of fucking us than there are of them. So don't lose hope. But goddamn it, this country's over. And that's depressing. And that is my Free Palestine coverage. Senator Palpatine just wants to bring decency to the Empire. I know, right? The Empire has a right to defend itself, y'all. Americans are too soft to this kind of shit. We are a very soft country. Or we were before it was over. Yeah, swallow the gravy, Howard. Howard Stern, just a sackless, gutless piece of shit. Never have been able to stand that dude, though. Never thought he was funny or talented. Never got it. Doesn't make any sense, but that's life for you. It rewards hacky, talentless sacks of shit over and over and over again. And, all right, folks. Time to read the Super Chats. If you hadn't got your Super Chats in, right now is a great time to get it in because I'm about to read them all. But also, I have a patron. Shut up, Dusty. Never got it. Nobody cares what you got to say. If you click on the more right here, boom, the more for the description of this video, the very first link goes to my patron. I work really hard on the shows, guys. I work hard. I don't sell anything. I don't allow ads to run on the show. My business model is I make content for free. I make in my opinion, the best show on YouTube, and I release it for free. And the only way I stay in business, if you guys who like the show support it by kicking in $1 or $2 a month, like whatever, like the more you kick in, the better. 5, 10, that's better if you can kick that much in. But every little bit helps and adds up and helps me continue this job. So if you want to see me keep doing this, I want to keep doing it. I like doing it. Please support the show. It makes you feel good. And as a bonus, on my Patreon, you get lots and lots of free content, extra content, stuff not available to the public. After every episode of this show, I do another show called The After Party for like 20 to 30 minutes every show, where we do like, it's not really categorized. It's a hodgepodge of stuff that doesn't fit into any of the rest of these categories, but a lot of interesting stuff, a lot of fun stuff that you don't see on the normal show. So please help me out. Help the Floating Cats out. This cute little motherfucker right here, Half Stash, and become a patron. Thank you in advance. I appreciate you. And now let's read the Super Chats. Super Chats, lifeblood of the show. Also a great way to support the show. And I'm going to show you your ass. I'm going to show you about your ass. Nope, I didn't do it. It's close, though. Almost did. Can't put your ass up here. I'm going to show people. Yeah, Super Chat's a little light tonight, so if you could hook a brother up, I'd appreciate it. James Fibley, $5. Hey, Dusty. I have 2 cats. I need a rehome. They will both be fixed and updated with all the shots. Can I bring them to your house? No. So I don't have a rescue. I have a sanctuary, which means I don't take cats in and find homes for them. I give them a home. I take cats in and then I give them a forever home myself. And I'm full right now. We have a dozen, not a baker's dozen, a straight up dozen. That's enough for now. But anybody wants a cat, James Fibley's your man. Holler at him. And Rebecca Poise, $50. Very generous, Rebecca Poise. Thank you for being a hero of the show as always. It means a lot. Looking forward to Tuesday. The thumbnail says it all. Thank you for reporting on Gaza and not equating all Jews as Zionists. Of course not. Zionism has nothing to do with Jewishness, really. It's like a bastardization of the Jewish religion. It's like how white supremacy doesn't have anything to do with the white people, right? It's the same exact shit. It's just a subsection of extremists. Lots of really good Jewish people fighting against this tooth and nail, probably harder than anybody else. And thank you, Rebecca. I look forward to hanging out with you tomorrow. And Mr. Addison, 20, cut them 20. Cult Dozen memberships. Superhero shit there, Mr. Addison. Appreciate you. That is amazing. Everybody loved Mr. Addison. And if you guys got a free membership, look at the community section of YouTube, and there's a link to the after party. All of you get access to that as well. So super cool. Come hang out with me after the show. Zamir Pathwell, $5. Hey, Dusty. Hey, Zamir. I wanted to give you my hookers. What? Unfortunately, I can't package and ship them to your P.O. box, so I guess my British money will have to do. I'll take your funny money. By hooker, do you mean like a prostitute? Because, I'm good on that. I ain't never had to pay a woman for money. I mean, had to pay a woman for sex, but that's not really true, because I did take a woman to Vegas one time, and she had sex with me, and then she, it was stupid. Anyway. Thank you. Appreciate you, Samir. Orion McFadden, 666. What's the leave-in conditioner for black women? All right, I'll answer that. It is Sleek and Shine Fruit Teas from Garnier. It's doesn't leave your hair all sticky. Doesn't make it it just kind of gives a little bit of staying power, but it's still not crispy or anything. I just put it right on the front of my head just to give it a little spike up there. And then after you're done with it, it basically just moisturizes your hair. Smells good. It's awesome. So that is the answer to that. Want to try and stash a beard? Yeah, I'll put some in my beard too to kind of tamp it down a little bit. Works real well. Highly recommended. You get it at Walmart. Thank you, Orion J. Donkey 10, cut him 10. Socialisms for you lucky motherfuckers out there. Give Jay Donkey your love. Appreciate you, Jay. BBC, what BBC? $20. We have MAGA on the right and Zionists on the left, which form a fascism do you want to be oppressed by? They seem to be in cahoots together, so I don't have to choose. Asteroid 2084, anyway, I love you all. We love you, BBC. DSPs rock. They do. Dirty, sexy, poor. So dirty. So sexy. So poor. Love all of my mods, too. Mods rock. Take my money for the first. I will, BBC. Appreciate you. And 5, cut to 5. Dust Buddy memberships to BBC. Thank you, BBC. And 5, cut to 5 from Scott Free. Free your mind, and the rest will follow. Thank you, Scott Free. And Chucky, where's the cheese at? Padme Amidala said it best, Dusty. So this is how liberty dies, with thunderous applause. Yep. And she died of a broken heart. I'm not far behind you. $30, very generous from Shane Weathers. Thank you, Dusty, for caring about the Palestinians. I mean, it's no problem. It's easy. I mean, they're just human beings. I care about all human beings, and I really care about the human beings that my tax dollars are going to murder. So, like I always say, I don't need a pat on the back to do the right thing, but I'll take it. Good job, Dusty. Thank you, Shane. V, what up, V? Free Palestine. Power fist to that. Chucky. As a Star Wars fan, George Lucas actually said the Empire was based on the Nixon administration American imperialism. Yep, I could definitely see that. They look fascist as fuck. The uniforms kind of give it away. Step into the Lumpen Lodge. I will Lumpen Lodge. I don't know what that is, but I love it. Grumpy Queer, $2. I'm drunk. I love y'all. We love you back. Grumpy Queer, enjoy it for all of us. Spooky Action at a Distance. I love you too, Grumpy Queer. Yep. And get the one, cut the one. Dusty membership from Jason Ash. We appreciate you. And folks, got to read all the rest of the super chats at the end of the show, so please help me out. I need a little bit more to make it worth doing 3 shows a week, so hook me up if you can. I appreciate it. But for now, let's do some. What the fuck? Religious bullshit. Religious bullshit. Religious goddamn bullshit. It's time for religious bullshit. Motherfuckers, it's time for religious bullshit. Goddamn. I love this first clip, folks. It's amazing. So, Jesse Duplantis, who is a prosperity pimp, one of these televangelists that teaches you got to send him money so God can bless you, got his own private jet, multi-millionaire, $100 million, complete amazing sack of goddamn shit. So here's how crazy this is. These people don't even know what the Bible says. They're such fakes. Here he is going to quote a Bible scripture that he claims says that it's okay for him to be rich. See? I just showed you the Bible proves that it's okay for me to be rich. God likes it when you're rich, even though Jesus specifically said rich people can't go to heaven. He specifically told his disciples they have to sell everything they own before they follow him. He's very clear about this. Doesn't matter. So he's about to read this Bible verse, and then he's about to ask his wife to look up the Bible verse and read the whole thing out. And it actually says the exact opposite of what he claims it does, folks. Watch this. She accidentally calls him out on his bullshit.
Let me give you a prime example why I don't care what people think about me, about what I have.
Because you're a shameless con man who has millions of dollars in your own private jet?
Now, look at me. Look at me.
Okay, you're horrible.
I am a very blessed man. Me and Kathy are very blessed.
You're evil.
I'm spiritually, physically, and financially.
You're not physically blessed.
I've had more people criticize me over that jet.
I wonder why.
They still can't get over it.
They must have read the Bible.
Criticize me over my house. They didn't pay for it.
Yes, they did. They didn't, but your congregation did. Yes, they did.
I paid for it.
Your
You understand what I
paid
say?
for it.
All these different things. But let me tell you why.
Okay.
That's water on a duck's back to me.
Okay, because you're going to ignore all the teachings of Jesus Christ and cherry pick some quote out of the Bible that you think says something that it doesn't say?
And I'm going to give you a scripture.
Give it to me.
And it's Psalms 49, verse 16. Be not thou afraid when one is made rich, when the glory of his house is increased.
There you go. Doesn't matter what Jesus said. Just ignore all that because of this quote I just read from the Bible. That proves Jesus is full of shit. Send me more money, motherfuckers.
Read that.
Read it.
And pull that up in the
Pull it
Amplified.
up.
Verse 16 of Psalms chapter
Read what it
49,
actually
if you can
says.
do that. Let me read it while she's getting it.
Right,
Be not thou afraid. Be not thou afraid when one is made rich, when the glory of his house is increased. Read that.
Read it.
Well, it's Amplified says it, be not afraid when an ungodly one is made rich.
That's true.
When the wealth and glory of his house are increased, and goes on, for when he dies, he will carry nothing away.
yeah, I
His
understand.
glory will not descend after.
It says exactly the opposite. It says, don't worry. If some ungodly motherfucker is rich, because he ain't taking none of that shit with him when he burns in hell. Literally what it says, folks. The opposite. Hoisted by your own petard, but now he's going to try to spin it. He's like, I didn't talk about. But yeah, that proves that I was right all along.
God don't care if someone's ungodly to be rich. or godly to be rich. It doesn't make any difference whatsoever.
It literally does. Jesus specifically said it does.
Ever at all. You see what I'm...
And look at her face. She's like, oh my God.
I'm saying? So when people criticize me, I just say, well, I'm going to occupy till I come.
I'm going to occupy till I come. That's not the quote. It's occupy till he comes. I'm going to occupy till I come. I'm going to come all over you. I jack off and come when I think about how much money you dumb motherfuckers gave me as I lied to you about what the Bible says. But yep, the world just rewards evil 100%. Meanwhile, they raping all y'all's children. California Baptist Church volunteer Terry Myers has been sentenced to life in prison for the rape of a child in his own family. Oh my, shocker. Meanwhile, it's not just Christianity that's fucking horrible. All religions, whether it be Christianity, Scientology, Judaism, or Islam, I do think Iran has a right to defend themselves. I don't want anybody killed. No innocent deaths. But that doesn't mean I support Islam because it's fucking horrible. Iraqi lawmakers criminalize same-sex relationships, sentenced to range between 10 to 15 years in prison. Fuck everything about that. They need a revolution there as well. Stat. And last but not least, so, they passed all these laws that you can give prayers at town meetings, county meetings. And so other religions other than Christianity sued. They said, okay, well, if you guys are allowed to do that, we have like separation of church and state. Everybody has to be included, right? And they've won court cases over and over again that says, yes, you can't pick and choose which religions are allowed to give invocations. You have to allow everybody to give one if you're going to allow anybody to give one. But Christians can't do that, folks. It's all about forcing Christianity on everybody else, but not letting anybody else have the same opportunities. Case in point, in Michigan, they finally got around to the Satanic Temple's turn to give an invocation. Christians have given like 10,000 in a row finally because the court said so. They're allowed to give one. But Christians couldn't shut the fuck up and let them do it, folks. They can't respect the law. They can't respect anybody's religion. Let's have a look.
It is with great humility that I stand before you to deliver the opening invocation this evening. So without further delay, I begin. Let us stand now, unbound and unfeeling doctrine, beautiful mind in darkened times. Let us embrace the Luciferian angels of the tree of knowledge and dissipate our blissful, comforting delusions of
Imagine if a sadist did that when they were praying. They would drag him out of the room. They would throw him in prison. But they have no respect at all.
Jesus be glorified in this place. Jesus be glorified, the name above all names, the name that every knee will bow, every knee will confess that Jesus Christ is
Slack-jawed
Lord.
yokels.
Jesus Christ is Lord. You will bow. You will bow. You will bow to Jesus. Jesus will. Jesus.
Remember that. Satan is the one that put Christ on the cross. He is a liar. He is a thief. He is a murderer. He must not give place to the devil. Back down, back off, back away from all this works of darkness.
He died for our sins. He died for your sins. He died for the sins of every single person. He died for your sins. He died for the witchcraft. He died for the sin. He died for glorify the name of Jesus today.
So no religious freedom, folks. All about Christianity. They want to turn us into a Christian nation. That's the only religion going to be allowed here, folks. I guess that and Judaism. We will be a Christian nation run by the Zionists. That's pretty much already what the fuck we are. Theocracy. Coming soon or already here. And that is my religious bullshit. Satan died for our sins. Shit. Satan's the only cool one in the Bible. If you read the Bible, like Satan killed 3 people and God killed like millions. So definitely the good guy of that book. If you're reading carefully. So fucking goofy, I know, right? Dumbest fucks alive. Fucking wackos. Mental health crisis, I know, right? Fuck Reagan shut down all the mental health facilities. Sucks. And all right, folks, moving right along. Get your super chats in. It's time for
Judd Watch. Talking about Judd Watch. We talk about Judd and make fun of him.
Yep, and first off, Bill Barr back on CNN, folks. Shamelessness is their superpower, folks. He's already admitted that Donald Trump tried to subvert the peaceful transfer of power, tried to overthrow the government, sell himself as a dictator. Already said Donald Trump has no business being anywhere near the White House. Still going to vote for him.
The border is a real issue. I've been to the border. No one's denying that. But is that the same thing as what you said recently, which was that, you know, the conduct that was involved with Donald Trump? You said trying to subvert and prevent the progress, the execution of probably the most important process we have, which is the peaceful transfer of power after an election. Name one thing that Biden has done that's worse than that.
I think his whole administration is a disaster for the country.
Is worse than subverting the peaceful transfer of power?
Did he succeed?
Only because Vice President Mike Pence stood in the way, and now the people who are lining up to be VP again say that they will not do what Mike Pence did.
I mean, look, I was very loud in saying I thought it was the whole episode was shameful, and I'm very troubled by it, and that's why it's not an easy decision.
Not that.
But I think when you have a Hobson's choice, you have to pick the lesser of two evils.
You don't see this as the definition of putting party over country?
No. No, not because unfortunately we're in a situation where the policy differences between the two parties are very, very vast. There's a huge gulf, and so in that
you're saying Trump can't achieve the policies.
I think he's going to have a much harder time achieving them.
But you're voting for So just to be clear, you're voting for someone who you believe tried to subvert the peaceful transfer of power, that can't even achieve his own policies, that lied about the election even after his attorney general told him that the election wasn't stolen. And as the former chief law enforcement in this country, you're going to vote for someone who is facing 88 criminal counts.
Well, look, the 88 criminal counts, a lot of those are, and I've said...
Even if 10 of them are accurate.
The answer to the question is yes.
Yes.
I'm supporting the Republican ticket.
But can you say that you're voting for Donald Trump? Because you're not saying his name. You just say you're supporting the Republican.
They don't give a shit about anything, folks. It's a cult. The weird thing is, the one thing they can actually call Joe Biden out for, all the child murders, they won't. Because they want to murder just as many children, if not more. That's how shit this selection is. Meanwhile, here he is just casually throwing out how Trump was calling for the executions of people on multiple occasions when he was president.
I hear from a lot of Republicans who defend Trump saying, well, that's a hypothetical and that's ridiculous. But Alyssa Farah Griffin, who was Trump's communications director, posted yesterday and said that you were present at a moment when Trump suggested executing the person who leaked information that he went to the White House bunker when those George Floyd protests were happening outside the White House. Do you remember that?
I remember him being very mad about that. I actually don't remember him saying executing, but I wouldn't dispute it. I mean, it doesn't sound. The president would lose his temper and say things like that. I doubt he would have actually carried it out. I don't.
So funny. He's literally trying to get presidential immunity to allow him to do anything, going to the Supreme Court arguing that he could do anything. I'm sure he wouldn't do it, though, right?
He would say that on other occasions? You said
the president, the president had I think people sometimes took him too literally, and he would say things like similar to that in occasions to blow off steam. But I wouldn't take him literally every time he did it.
That's literally why he's trying to get immunity, so he can go through with this kind of thing. Meanwhile, everybody in the MAGA movement is a goddamn weirdo. First of all, let me tell you who this guy is. This is Tom Fitton. Tom Fitton is an American conservative activist and the president of Judicial Watch. Fitton is a long-term senior member of the Council for National Policy, a right-wing umbrella organization for groups such as Judicial Watch. He is the current president of Council of National Policy, taking up the role. So, you gotta remember how I like to show you videos of thirst traps that Christians put out, and they pretend like that they're doing it to glorify Jesus, but it's just about showing their bodies off to show how hot they are, and it really has nothing to do with Jesus whatsoever. It's so transparent. Well, this guy's doing a thirst trap for Trump. It's exactly the same thing, where there's no reason for him to be in the video at all. All he's doing, he's playing a video of Trump, and he's standing there in complete silence, just mugging for the camera. And he'll claim he's doing it, I guess, to try to support Donald Trump or back him up or whatever. But the 100% point of this is to put the focus on him, to appeal to other Trump idiots like him, and to show off how much steroids he's been taking. Watch how weird this is.
Before we begin, these are all Biden trials. This is done as election interference. Everybody knows it. I'm here instead of being able to be in Pennsylvania and Georgia and lots of other places campaigning. And it's very unfair. Fortunately, the poll numbers are very good. They've been going up because people understand what's going on. This is a witch hunt, and it's a shame. And it comes out of Washington. It's in coordination with Washington, everything, including the DA's office. It's in coordination with Washington. I just want people to understand that this is done for purposes of hurting the opponent of the worst president in the history of our country. Before we begin,
like, what the fuck? Why are you in that video? Didn't say a word, just so weird. It's such a fucking freak show. Is that Blue Steel or Magnum he's doing? I don't know. I can't tell the difference. Meanwhile, we got a little cliffhanger. Apparently, this is coming out on maybe this came out yesterday. Did I miss it? All right, I'm about to go back and check this out to see if there's like a follow-up to this. Sunday, 8 p.m. So I'm guessing that was last Sunday. So I'll have a follow-up the next show. But this is just a little amuse-bouche. So this guy from CNN went out and talked to some Trump zombies. Had an argument about this woman who claims that God is in the Constitution. Leaves us on a cliffhanger. I'm going to show you the clip, and next show I'll find the follow-up to it and play that for you.
The job of the journalist is to ask the questions, allow the person to speak, and just report the facts. What was spoken? Would you like?
No. A job of journalist is, yes, to interview people, report what they said, but also to correct the record, not let them just spread lies, to post what the facts are despite what the person said.
For me to pull up the definition of journalist.
That's okay, but thank you, Julia.
Okay. I have a God-given right to speak my own truth.
But there are facts, right?
The facts have shown that the election was stolen. Whether you're willing to look at that and accept that and really show what's going on, that's your issue, not ours. We want the God-given freedom that our Constitution and our Bill of Rights is based on.
God-given constitutional rights.
Yes.
They're two different things, right?
No, sir, they're not. Read, R-E-A-D, the Constitution.
She has not.
Read it out loud to yourself so that you hear what the words of the Constitution say.
God isn't mentioned in the Constitution.
Sir.
Sir. I'm going to pull out my phone and prove you wrong. So it's going to cut off here before she can actually prove herself wrong. But God is not mentioned in the Constitution.
Tony's with me now. What happened after she looked that up?
We found out that God isn't mentioned in the U.S. Constitution.
They're so smug in their ignorance. God damn. And I'm sure when she found out that God wasn't in the Constitution, it did not have any effect on her opinions whatsoever. She went on being just as smug as she was, had no effect on her, because that's the way they are. Meanwhile, Kristi Noem doubling down on murdering her dog. So Governor Noem says, if you guys remember this, she basically wrote a book, and for some reason in the book that she wrote about herself, she mentioned that she decided to murder her 14-month-old puppy, dragged him out to a gravel pit in front of a bunch of construction workers, shot him in the head because he was having too much fun while they were trying to hunt and shit. First of all, imagine how psycho you'd have to be to do that. But then imagine how psycho you would have to be to put that in your book, thinking that made you look good. This is how crazy they are. She was trying to endear herself to Donald Trump and make it more likely that Donald Trump makes her the vice presidential candidate. And that's what she put in her book, thinking it would make her look better to Trump. I murdered my 14-month-old puppy, folks. This is where we're at in this country. So she's taking a lot of shit from it, needless to say, and she's doubling, tripling, quadrupling down on it. Here's her latest defense. I can understand why some people are upset about a 20-year-old story of cricket. One of the working dogs at our ranch, she likes to say working, like, I'm just a good farm girl. Sometimes you have to murder farm animals. In my upcoming book, No Going Back, the book is filled with many honest stories of my life, good and bad days, challenges, painful decisions, and lessons learned. What I learned from my years of public service, especially leading South Dakota through COVID, is people are looking for leaders who are authentic, willing to learn from the past, and don't shy away from tough challenges like murdering puppies. My hope is anyone reading this book will have an understanding that I always work to make the best decisions I can for the people in my life, but not the pets. The fact is, South Dakota law states that dogs who attack and kill livestock can be put down. You literally could have taken it to the pound, rehomed it, anything. Given that Cricket had shown aggressive behavior towards people by biting them, I decided what I did. Whether running the ranch or in politics, I have never passed on my responsibilities to anyone else to handle, even if it's hard and painful. That's right, she was a hero for murdering that dog, y'all. I followed the law and was being responsible parent dog owner. Yeah, I was being such a responsible dog owner by shooting my 14-month-old puppy in the head. And neighbor, as I explained in the book, it wasn't easy. But often the easy way isn't the right way. Yeah, I did the right thing, y'all. I'm actually good and amazing. And crazy enough, she actually has a lot of people defending her, folks. Because this is what conservatism is all about. The more psycho you are, the more evil you are, the more support you get a lot of times. It is such a garbage country we live in. Fucking governor of North Dakota. Good goddamn, y'all. And speaking of which, here's Michael Knowles defending her for murdering her puppy.
Okay, my third point here is, yes, it was politically dumb for Noam to admit this. Yes, her political calculation misfired. I'm mixing metaphors. You get the point. But the third point is, Noam didn't do anything wrong.
Yes, you did.
You might say it wasn't advisable. You might say there were better things she could have done. She could have given the dog up for adoption.
Right.
She could have tried to train the dog.
Right, could have taken it to the show. Like literally anything in the world else.
Good. There is nothing wrong with a human being humanely killing an animal. There's nothing wrong. You're all...
Yes, there's something wrong with murdering your fucking puppy. Your children's pet. Yes, there's something wrong with that.
Not all of you, but many of you are eating meat right now.
Did they eat the dog?
Very few people live on farms anymore, I guess. It's a little bit different. You know, maybe if you live in the city, you take your puppy... you take your little cat in a stroller down the sidewalk. I'm not joking. I have friends.
I ain't never ate none of my cats, none of my dogs.
Who've done this in the city. They'll put their animal in a stroller so that the.
Anyway, just bottom feeders, garbage humans. That's who conservative influencers are. That's what they pay. Meanwhile, a bunch of other governors, Democratic across the country, posted troll posts to make fun of Governor Noam. Here's Governor Whitmore. Post a picture with your dog that doesn't involve shooting them and throwing them in a gravel pit. Post a picture with your dog that doesn't involve shooting them and throwing in the gravel pits. Governor Tim Walz. Here's Governor Phil Murphy. Post a picture with your dog that doesn't involve shooting them and throwing it in the gravel pit. So having fun. I wish you Democrat governors would stand up for free expression and protest. But I guess trolling is not that bad in this particular case. Meanwhile, last but not least, on Chud Watch, the rioter who filmed Ashley Babbitt getting shot in the throat got 6 years in prison. Oh my, imagine doing 6 years for fucking Donald Trump. John Earlman Sullivan, 29, was convicted in November of 5 felonies and 2 misdemeanor charges for obstructing the joint sessions of Congress civil disorder and carrying a knife into the U.S. Capitol. For those who say that they weren't armed, he was armed. They were trying to break through the barriers. They had to literally murder one of them to stop them. So enjoy prison, fucko. You earned it. And that is my Chud Watch. Imagine Noam as your mother, nightmare. Imagine her as your governor. I guess it can't be worse than Tank Reeves. I'm the governor of Mississippi. My name is Tank Reeves. Just fucking so sad. It's like Mississippians want to be made fun of. I lost my dog in 2014. I miss him so much. Yeah, I can't imagine killing my dog or somebody else killing my dog. Man, I would be murderous if somebody did that. And, all right, moving right along, on, folks. Get the super chats in. I haven't done this in a while. Oh, I don't even have it up there. God damn it. I don't have my woke panic up there. It's time for whoa, 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 woke panic. I got to put my graphic back. It's fine. It's fine. I'll do it live. And first off, on tonight's woke panic, Jerry Seinfeld back, folks. And he's mad about wokeness and cancel culture, y'all. Now, don't get it twisted. 100% of what's happening here is Jerry Seinfeld is mad because he's been a supporter of Israel, and he's mad at the left for calling out the genocide and trying to stop the child murder, and he don't like that. So he's all pissy, and he's jumping on the bandwagon of comedians claiming that you can't say anything anymore, while he literally says whatever the fuck he wants to. So here he is whining like the fucking bitch he is.
Nothing really affects comedy. People always need it. They need it so badly, and they don't get it. It used to be you would go home at the end of the day. Most people would go, oh, Cheers is on. Oh, MASH is on. Oh, Mary Tyler Moore is on. All in the Family's on. You just expected there'll be some funny stuff we can watch on TV tonight. Well, guess what? Where is it? This
Family Guy, been on the air for like 20 years. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, incredibly offensive, cutting-edge comedy. Hell, your boy that wrote your show, Curb Your Enthusiasm, Larry David, just had one of the most successful runs of all time. Hell, your co-star, Julia Louis-Dreyfus, did Veep, incredibly cutting-edge comedy. What the fuck are you talking about?
This is the result of the extreme left and PC crap and people worrying so much about offending other people. When you write a script and it goes into 4 or 5 different hands, committees, groups, here's our thought about this joke, well, that's the end of your comedy. They move the gates, like in skiing. Culture, the gates are moving. Your job is to be agile and clever enough that wherever they put the gates, I'm going to make the gate.
Yep. Bullshit. You are bullshit. It's very transparent what you're doing. You're pissed off at the left, and so you're jumping on the same goddamn tired bandwagon. But, like, if people are not laughing at your jokes, it's not because we're woke. It's because you're not fucking funny. It's because you're a hack. Because you haven't updated your material in 30 fucking years. Tell some new jokes. I literally do a comedy show. It's depressing a lot of times, but I tell a lot of fucking jokes on this show. Some of them pretty fucking edgy, and I don't have any problem whatsoever with it. So maybe it's you, Jerry. Go towards the light. And folks, have you guys heard about the Stellar Blade controversy? Talking about woke panic, one of the funniest things I've seen this week. So Stellar Blade is a new game that just came out. And I guess they have a bunch of really scantily clad women in the game. Well, when they released the final version, they subtly changed the outfits just slightly, and the incels are going fucking apeshit, y'all. Stellar Blade is a PlayStation 5 sci-fi action exclusive about fighting monsters and saving humanity in a stylish post-apocalyptic world. So why are thousands of self-identified fans signing a petition to free Stellar Blade from censorship? So, folks, let me show you what they changed. This is what they're all upset about. First off, this post. Unfortunate but not surprising to see Stellar Blade censored despite promises that the game would be uncensored in all regions. Sony wasn't going to allow that, and they have the track record to show that they can't be trusted, but perhaps it can be reversed. So look, the original, it had ass, y'all. And now look, the original had boobs, and look, they covered the boobs up a little bit, just a little bit. They put a little thing in front of the boobs. Oh my God. There's literally children being murdered across the planet right now. They got 50,000 signatures on a petition to revert this back to where you can see more boobs and shit. Look, folks, look. They got like a conspiracy theory lines drawn to show you how horrible the censorship is. They're still incredibly fucking scantily clad. But let me read you this online petition, folks, at change.org. This is real life, y'all. 53,000 signatures. from these people that really need some near-death experiences to get their priorities straight. Here's what the petition says. Stellar Blade is a phenomenal new game that just launched on PlayStation 5 worldwide, but it has a problem. The content has been censored from the original trailer version posted by Sony. We as gamers want this content back. We relied on it. Oh my fucking God. What? We made the game the #1 pre-order worldwide because of it. And this is the true game we want. Stellar Blade is more than a game. It really isn't. It has become a cultural beacon for freedom of expression in a time where game publishers like Sony are censoring games more than ever. Stellar Blade was a breath of fresh air, and gamer rallied behind it because it meant things were changing, getting better, and the voice of creative freedom was ringing loud and clear. But for reasons unknown, the game was censored. Changes were made. What we received after our good faith purchase was not the same as advertised. We believed in the game. We believe in Shift Up, and we are asking to get the game we believed in. Revert the censorship changes, patch the game, and you will find that even more gamers will join you and support you. All gamers can help by signing this petition. It will be printed in Korea and delivered in Korea to Shift Up offices and physically printed and delivered to Sony PlayStation North America. 53,000 signatures, folks. This is why we can't have nice things. This is why we're not taken seriously in the world. And gotta get worse, folks. They actually made videos. The Incels made videos defending the reasons they wanted the game to be uncensored and the reasons they signed the petition. Okay, let's look at a few of them.
This petition is not only to free Stellar Blade, but to send a clear message to Sony, Nintendo, and the rest of the publishers in the gaming industry that we players will not tolerate any form of censorship moving forward. Thank you.
You will never touch a woman. Your mother's vagina is the last one you will ever see. Good God.
I'm really disappointed because as a grown man, I really expected to have at least some type of responsibility to look after myself and do what I want in the comforts of my own home. Yeah, that's it. This is bullshit.
Oh, good Lord, y'all. Even more.
Hey, Sony, I want you to take off the censor off the games, Stellar Blade, because I'm looking forward to play this game as well, because my game won't be here until Wednesday from the mail, and I want things to change and what's going on around the world and stuff, and sign a petition, all right? And stuff, all right, bye.
And stuff, it's a major issue, guys. Very important. It's not like there's a genocide going on. Nope, nothing more important to focus your time on than boobs and butts in a game. One more.
Hello.
Hello.
My name is Jeremy, and I am signing the Stellar Blade petition because I, too, am tired of how Sony is constantly censoring games left and right, back and forth, for absolutely no reason whatsoever to fit some stupid, worthless, pointless agenda. Stellar Blade is definitely a breath of fresh air, and it needs to stay that way. Thank you.
That's right. They cannot live if they're not able to jerk off to their video games, y'all. This is all they have. You're really going to take the one good thing they have in their life away from them. And one more, folks. The most virgin, bitchless shit you'll ever see in your life. I come back. My internet took a dump all of a sudden. Sucks to be me. So as soon as somebody sees this, let me know and I'll continue the show. I blame Jerry Seinfeld. I see the chat's up, so come on. There it is. You guys see me? Hello? Hello. All right, cool. Let's continue on, folks. I was just getting to the good part. The last incel on our woke panic. Skip ahead a little bit.
I fell off.
Just watch porn. I mean, what the
3
fuck?
hours later.
How horny do you have to be? Like, I don't even get incels. Like, I could go to a strip club. Girl could, like, put her titties all in my face, rub on my crotch with a booty hole. I wouldn't even get a little bit hard. It takes me more than that to get hard. This is what it all takes from you guys. I kind of miss those days where I could just, a girl could touch me and I'd come in my pants, man. I'm way, way beyond that. I'm too fucked up in the head now. That's what years of porn watching will do. Rewires your fucking brain. Anyway, I guess whatever makes you happy. Incels. I guess you can't get girls, so whatever you need to get through the day, but it's sad. It's really sad news. And that is my whoa panic. Hell yeah. What do you think about that, dirty, sexy pores? Was that sad? Was that disturbing? Yeah, 3 hours later. Sad. So sad right now, the incels. What is wrong with them? I think they like the control. Maybe, I guess. There are better porn games to play than that, though, if you want to play a porn game. I gave up on sex. Yeah, I mean, sex is okay sometimes. But, like, it's pretty easy to self-satisfy, so, you know, it's not necessary. I'm definitely not beholden to any woman because I'm desperate to have sex. I think that's sort of fucking pathetic. Yeah, Pornhub is free, although it's illegal in Mississippi. You have to have an ID or a VPN. Guys, that is not helpful. That is not helpful. They're like, I'm not trying to help you, Daddy. That's the whole point. All right, folks, move right along. Get your super chats in. I'm going to do a what the fuck beyond parody trash world combo. Let's see how well I do this. What's the beyond trash world? Yeah. Nailed it. Perfect. And first off, what the fuck beyond parody trash world? We'll start with the what the fuck section. Did you guys hear about this one? New California doctor drove his Tesla, of course, with his family inside off a 250-foot cliff because he thought his kids would be sex trafficked. Oh my God. So let's just murder them instead. Dharmesh Patel had a psychological episode causing him to launch his car off a cliff, according to the new expert witness. They should have saw it coming when he bought a Tesla. Holy yikes. That is horrible. Had a beautiful wife. Beautiful children. Shit. Oh, they all survived? What? Patel was driving on the Pacific Coast Highway when he suddenly whipped the car off the road. Miraculously, he and his wife and his 2 children, 4 and 7, survived. I didn't get that far. Psychologist Dr. Mark Patterson said Patel suffered from psychosis, which peaked before the incident. He said Patel heard footsteps following him. Patel's wife initially told investigators that he was depressed and that he wanted to drive his car off the cliff. Patel is seeking mental health diversion, which would release him from jail and put him on treatment plan for 2 years. I hope she divorces him. Don't get in the car with him anymore. That's some crazy ass shit. And then, did you guys see this one? I think this guy might like sports too much. Or he's on acid. Or maybe it's ketamine. I'm guessing ketamine. I'm guessing somebody gave this guy ketamine for the first time ever. Maybe acid plus ketamine. And then he decided to go to a sports ball game. Bad idea. Anyway, this is what happened. Asking the important questions in life, and it's right. What the fuck are we doing here? I don't know. I don't know what the fuck we're doing here, dude. I'm still trying to figure that out myself. Good question. And perfect. All right. What was it? Fucking never. Whatever. All right. Let's move on. Next up, we're going to move on to the Beyond Parody? Is that what it is? Yeah, Beyond Parody. And first off, on Beyond Parody, folks, new mustache just dropped on Kyle Rittenhouse, and it's as epic as you're imagining. Yep. Lip pubes, oh my God. Mr. Fetal Alcohol Syndrome trying so hard to look like a grown-up, look like a man, but that gun doesn't make up for your tiny penis. And that, whatever that is in your lip, doesn't make you look like a man. Makes you look even less like a man somehow. Good God. Dude literally just glued fucking pubes to his lip. I can't say what I want to say. They'll copyright me and they'll flag my shit. But anyway. And then, folks, finally, I know we're all worried about, but finally, Tim Pool is done defending communists. Yeah, you know all this time, Tim Pool defending communists continuously. Well, now he's like, I'm done defending communists who themselves physically attack people for holding rallies and protests. Good luck. Oh, no, communists. What are you going to do now that Tim Pool has decided to stop defending you? Game over, communists. Game over. He was your shield. He was the only good thing you had in your life, and now he's gone. God help you, communism. And move right along to Trash World. No, I got one more. One more on the Beyond Parody, folks. Robert Kennedy Jr. want you guys to know what his political affiliation is, and you're going to be shocked. He's not a Democrat. He's not a Republican, y'all. He's a classic liberal. That's right, classic liberal. They're bringing out this canard again. Holy God, this grift. Remember, this is the Dave Rubin grift. I'm not a conservative. I'm a classic liberal. Sorry, God. I'm not a conservative. I'm a classic liberal. It's what every single right-wing dipshit says to try to pretend like they're not a right-wing dipshit. They say it at first just to make the transition from whatever they were to full-on right-wing Nazi. And then eventually they drop it. After a few months, they're like, yeah, I'm conservative. I'm a Republican. Yeah, of course I am. But this is what they say. Classical liberal. Yeah, I mean, they're right. They are a classical liberal, which means that you would be a liberal in the 1800s. Or as we know it, modern day conservatism. You're not fooling anybody. And then in the trash world, apparently this happened today. Did you guys hear about all the police officers that got murdered? Officer Joshua Iyer, who was shot dead alongside 3 U.S. Marshals in bloody standoff with gunmen, as dramatic video shows the moment SWAT teams ran the suspect's house with a huge tank and launched a raid. I guess they killed 4 officers. They were doing some kind of warrant. They killed one guy, I guess this kid, the mom's dad. They killed him in the front yard. And then I guess the kid blew a couple of them away or something. That's what it's looking like. There's your taxpayer dollars at work. They got fucking tanks and shit, y'all. Gotta put a big battering ram on the front of it.
So when we came outside, there were no cops at all. So they were, and they...
Skip ahead, skip ahead, skip ahead. Anyway, bunch of them dead. And I don't like cops, but I don't want them to be killed either. I don't wish death or violence or pain on anybody. And then, you guys see this one? Where the police convinced this man's ex-girlfriend who didn't live in his house anymore. They convinced her to kick his door in, and then without a warrant, ran in and arrested him. Did you guys see this crazy ass horrible shit?
Any door can be kicked in depending on how hard you work at it.
That's the police officer telling her that. Any door can be kicked in depending on how hard you kick on it, telling her to go up and kick the door in because they don't have a warrant, but they want to run up in there and violate that guy's civil rights. And she does it.
So Warner kicks the door in as officers go in behind her.
Put your hands behind your back right now. Right now. Stop touching me. I will.
Raul Ortiz says he'll never be the same after 3 Elyria police officers stormed into his home.
One minute I'm happy, next minute I'm sad, next minute I'm crying. I hear a loud noise, I get freaked out.
19 Investigates obtained body cam video from May 11th of last year. That's when 3 officers met with Ortiz's ex-girlfriend, Brittany Warner. She told them she had broken up with Ortiz and he wouldn't let her back into the home.
I just want my things and I want to get out.
Officers arrive at the home, but Ortiz refuses to let them in without a warrant.
So all I did was say, hey, I don't choose to talk to you then. If I'm not in trouble with you and you ain't got a warrant for me, then I ain't got nothing to say. I'm not being involved.
Officer Paige Mitchell is then heard telling Warner she has the right to break in.
Any door can be kicked in depending on how hard you work at it.
So Warner kicks the door in as officers go in behind her.
She was very aggressive.
Ortiz is heard struggling with the 2 officers. A window shatters. In the reports, police wrote Raul's body slammed into Officer Lewis, nearly causing him to fall out. However, Ortiz remembers it differently.
I actually grabbed the cop trying to pull him back, letting him know that I'm not trying to fight you guys, but I'm not going to put my hands behind my back because I have a medical condition.
Mitchell then walks up the stairs and tases Ortiz.
Put your hands behind your back right now. Right now. Stop touching me. I will.
He grabs Mitchell's taser, then drops it. He's
literally trying to bust his door down and kill him. He has a pacemaker.
Then hauled off to jail.
Mom, please help me. I didn't know.
Charged with multiple felonies, including aggravated robbery for grabbing Mitchell's taser.
Were you planning to use it on the officers? My defibrillators right here. No, absolutely not. I would never do something like that because I know I would never win.
They didn't do a proper investigation.
Bust your door down illegally, try to kill you, and then charge you with crimes.
Period.
Ortiz's attorney, Anthony Nisi, worked as a cop for decades. He says officers had no right even entering the house. Plus, if they had contacted the homeowner, he would have told them Warner had already moved out.
That day, yes. She handed us the keys and she left.
And she was out of the apartment?
Out of the house, yes.
Nisi also questions officers' claims that Ortiz could be heard threatening them when they entered the home.
If you listen to the video very closely, it's different from what the report says.
Why would I want to say something like that knowing there's cops downstairs? That's the stupidest thing a person could do.
Ortiz potentially faced years in prison if convicted, but his attorney got the charges dropped.
Shocker.
Now they both want to see these officers brought to justice.
So what gives them the power just because they got a badge is they can do whatever they want?
Yes.
Who's governing them?
Nobody.
I want reprimand. I want officers put in jail. I want them to experience what I experienced.
You should know the officers involved were not charged with a crime or even disciplined for this incident.
Really?
According to the EPD, the body cam footage we showed you is the only one they have because the other 2 officers' videos weren't saved due to an oversight.
Of course, due to oversight. Oh, of course. They deleted the fucking footage, broke this guy's door down, tried to murder him, charged him with crimes. Nobody even fired. Nobody charged with anything. Of course, he's going to get a multi-million-dollar lawsuit that the taxpayers are going to have to pay for. And good. Bankrupt the whole goddamn town. Bankrupt everybody. This whole country needs to burn to the fucking ground. We got to start from scratch, folks. That's the only way things can get better. Holy God. That doesn't make you fucking mad. It is Jover for America. Meanwhile, here's another multi-million-dollar lawsuit that's going to have to be settled. This guy actually got fired for this, surprisingly. But the taxpayers are going to have to pay the bill for this fucking bully who just wanted to hurt somebody. This fucking monstrous thug. This sadist who gets off on causing pain to people for no reason. And watch how he acts after he does it. Throws the guy to the ground, brutally throws him to the ground, and then blames him for it. Imagine if it wasn't caught on camera.
Hey. Oh, you fell, dude. Hey. Oh, you fell, dude. Why'd you fall? Why'd you fall? Get up. I'm gonna shoot you, motherfucker. Let's go. Come on. Let's go.
Oh, why'd you fall, dude? Oh, oopsies. You just fell. Let me help you back up. Just literally. We are ruled by criminals, by psychopaths. They rule us every step of the way. Governmentally, we're ruled by Israel. Locally, we're ruled by cops. Federally, we're ruled by Butcher Joe Biden every step of the way in this country. Corrupt, criminal, violent. Sadistic, yes. Did you guys see this one? Speaking of the people that rule us, so this is New York District Attorney Sandra Durley, who was going 20 miles an hour over the speed limit. A cop tried to stop her. She decided she didn't need to stop because she's the district attorney and she's above the law. Drove all the way back to her house, blessed out the cop, and then was like, just give me a ticket. I am the prosecuting district attorney. I'm the one that prosecutes tickets. I would just throw it out when I have to prosecute it. Watch this privilege.
Didn't stop at all. Did you not hear my lights or sirens or anything?
No, I didn't actually. I was on the phone.
Okay, well, you're not supposed to be on the phone while you're driving either.
Yes, I am with the hands-free. Absolutely.
Okay. Why are you so upset at me? I'm doing my job. You just admitted to me that you were going 55 and a 35 on Phillips Road.
Can you please tell him to leave me alone? It's
Officer Christopher.
She's calling the chief of police.
Can you stay over here, ma'am? This is a traffic. This is a legal traffic stop. Do you have your?
Imagine if anybody else did that. If a black person would have fled from a traffic stop like this, drove home, guns pulled, jerked out of the car on the ground, handcuffed.
No, it's in my purse. Here.
You have your purse right there.
No, this is my lunch. Would you talk to Dennis? This is ridiculous. If you give me a traffic ticket, that's fine. I'm the one who prosecutes it, okay? Just go ahead and do it. Go ahead. You know what I've been dealing with all day? 3 murders in the city. And do you think I really care if I was going 20 miles over the speed limit?
Okay, I'm just doing my job. If you pulled over when you saw my lights, which obviously you did.
I thought you were going somewhere else because I thought no one would ever pull a black SUV.
I thought no one ever pulled me over.
You ran my plates.
I didn't run your plate. I just called your plate out. And then I'm following you because you're not stopping. So I had to take the air from dispatch.
Just please. I know it's getting to be a big deal. Jeff's here, so let Jeff take care of it. All right, bye.
Hi.
Hi, I'll talk to Jeff. Jeff.
Okay.
I was just on the phone with the chief.
Okay. I'm the supervisor with her right now, so.
Okay. Sorry.
Okay.
I didn't want to pull over on Phillips Road. It was just, I figured I'd just pull into my driveway.
I just didn't want to.
Okay.
I'm above the law. I'm the district attorney, and I don't have to listen to you guys. I do whatever the fuck I want to do, right?
And I said,
okay.
That's me that they're trying to stop.
The definition of a privileged cunt right here.
So that's
and you know, if anybody else would have done this, especially a black person, she would have prosecuted them the fullest extent of the law. They would be doing some serious jail time. You know she has. You know she has prosecuted people so toughly over the years for doing less than what the fuck she just did.
Okay, but you should know better, right?
I was speeding. I know that.
Okay, so why didn't you just stop like you're supposed to?
Because I didn't feel like stopping on Phillips Road at 5:30.
That's not your choice. You know that.
Well, I made it my choice.
Okay, well, now you made it a bigger deal than it needed to be.
It's a really bigger deal, and when people start coming, it's a much bigger deal.
Well, you caused that, Sandra. Well, what do you want us to do? Not do our job because it's you?
No, it's fine. I said, write me a ticket. But I was just saying, I was not going to stop at Phillips Road at 5:30.
Okay, well, you broke another law because of that, right? And you should know better. That's not a traffic ticket. That's an arrestable offense, Sandra.
They did
you know this.
I was right down the street. I figured I will just stop in my driveway. That's what I figured. I thought it would be easier. Apparently, I was wrong.
Yeah, well, that was not the right choice.
I mean, you know the deal if you would stop you there on.
Yep, craziness. Apparently the governor is investigating her now. I'm guessing she's going to lose her job over this, as she should. But for everyone we see caught on tape, can you imagine how many times this happens everywhere? How many times this happened in the history of America? We are so fucking corrupt as a country, folks. Definitely a two-tier justice system. There are people that are above the law, rich people, like Durst, the Jinx, that woman, Donald Trump. You and I would be under the fucking jail, though. There's another video. That's the longer video of it. I won't play that. And, all right, that's it, folks. That's the whole show. That was it. All right. That was a sudden, abrupt ending, but hey, we did 2 hours. It's after 10 o'clock. We even did a little overtime, so hell yeah. Awesome. So on tonight's after party, we have all this to cover from here down to here. Gonna hang out and have some fun. So if you're not a patron, correct yourself, become a patron, and hang out with us tonight at the after party. Hell yeah. And all right, let's read the super chats. If you bail out, please hit the like button. Please leave comments. It helps with the algorithm. If you're not subscribed, make sure you're subscribed, folks. Sometimes it unsubscribes. You click the bell. You click the bell, maybe it'll tell you a show's happening. Doesn't always work, but do what you can. I appreciate it. PayPal, P.O. Box, all in the description of the video. If you guys want to send me direct tips or things in my P.O. Box, great way to support the show. I appreciate it. Send kitty treats, Amazon wish list for the cats and the dogs, all kinds of stuff. If you want to help out, you have an opportunity to do so. And Chuck L, subreddit Incel tears if y'all can handle it. Some of the creepy shit they post is worse than you can imagine. They call them out. Yeah, I know, right? I would feel sorry for them if they weren't so fucking weird. Chucky, will Jerry admit he and ABC whined that Rock was beating Seinfeld in ratings and actually got the show canceled? Rock? I remember that show. That was better, more ratings than Seinfeld? Holy shit. Dusty, I investigated myself last night. I investigated myself all night long. Yep, still naughty. Hey, did you find yourself not guilty, or did you find yourself guilty of sexy? You know you did, Jupe. Appreciate you. Rapid disregard $20. Very generous. For more nitrous, I can't afford nitrous because it's too expensive. If you guys want to send me some, then I feel less guilty because you guys sent it to me and I didn't buy it, but I can't afford to buy it myself. I use my money for I went to the store today and bought dog and cat food. It's $70 a week just to feed the animals. That shit adds up. Every time I go to Walmart, it's $220 every trip. It's so hard to get by nowadays. Everything's so crazy expensive. But if you guys want to send it to me, I'll definitely enjoy and do it. Dave Cow, $50 is in it. Hey, thank you, Dave. Very nice. Dusty, I have a brilliant plan to increase viewership. Spout religious BS while simultaneously reading Am I the asshole Reddit post and being bigoted as fuck. Boom, 1 million likes. I like to sleep too much for that. But maybe I'll get into it if I get desperate enough. I don't think I'll ever be that desperate, though. I'll just go work at Walmart or something. I'd be a good greeter. Welcome to Walmart. I love you. Agent Orange, $50. Very generous, Agent Orange. Thank you, Dave. And Agent Orange says, missed almost all of your show. No forgiveness, because I went to a drag bingo. All right, I can forgive that. No joke. I didn't win the vodka prize. Oh, well, I'm sure you had fun, and that is the whole point. And thank you, Agent Orange. You rock. I appreciate you, you hero. Hope you had a good time. Sofa King, $20, BBC. I wish I had some Sofa King. I'm almost out. Thanks for doing your thing. Hey, thanks for doing your thing. I listen to all of your old school shit while I'm at work from home. Free Palestine, Logic, and fuck yes, man. I have 15 years of content out there. I'm one of the most prolific free content creators on earth, y'all. And thank you, BBC. It means a lot. Everybody love the BBC. And Agent Orange and Take Out. And William Price, $20. Joe Biden, how does it feel to aid and abet the killing of more children than Putin during your presidency in the same time period that you can call someone close to Putin to take him out? What does that say about Joe? He's so decent, though. That's why Colin Jost's grandfather voted for him, because of the decency. And that's why they're all in that room. Not mentioning all of the Palestinian journalists that got murdered because of the decency. Just good God. I can't say what I want to say about those people. 5! Got them 5! Got those memberships from Jason Ashby. Thank you, hero. Big love to Jason Ashby. Unfriendly Atheist, thumbs up. $10. Appreciate you, UA. Good to see you tonight. Try this again, Grumpy Kier. $2. You did it. Jason Ashby, 1. All right, I did it. Anything else pop up? Nope, that's it, folks. All right, I appreciate it. Yeah, you guys were generous tonight. You made it up at the end there, and I really appreciate it. Folks, I'm going to be back on Wednesday. We're back in the rhythm. 3 shows a week. Hell yeah. So be sure to tune in for another episode of the world's greatest show, day after tomorrow. Tell your friends, set your alarms. It's all going down. But for now, it's time for a little kitty party. Let me just play oh, they know. Oh, my God, they know. Look, this motherfucker knows when I say kitty party. He knows what I'm talking about. They're going right to the treats. Spoiled. Oh, Swagger Cat popped up. I didn't see that before. What the fuck? It's not showing up on my thing, but he says, the Ferals hate incels and they're neutered. They send their regards. Hey, big scritches to the Ferals. That was not showing up either. What's going on here? Can I reload this? Let me reload the whole thing. Maybe it'll show up. Let's see. If I missed some. All right, there we go. It's not showing up. Okay, I got some more I didn't read. I'm glad I checked. The Froze Hate Incel, Swaggering Cat. Thank you, Swaggering Cat. Love you and appreciate you. BBC, a black person could never stop for the police. Immediately, they would be pulling bullets out of half of the homes in the county. They definitely can get away with that. For sure, for sure, for sure. Just, like I said, two-tier justicism. Stay safe, BBC. Justin Joseph, $4.99. I'm not a big gambler, but I'd be willing to bet that a browser history of dude has the word tentacles in it a lot. Yep. Tentacle porn, weird as shit. But I guess, like, in Japan, since they can't show dicks, they got to show something. So sexually repressed always makes you a weirdo. I bought a megaphone for illicit purposes of joining the protest. Anyone looking to join, I'll be at Tucson protests on Wednesday. Hell yeah, shoegazer. Hero shit. Do your thing. Love you, man. Keep it up. Jason asked me, five. I think I read that already. All right, cool. Good to go. Now it's time to do some kitty party. I'm just going to play one of my random theme songs. I don't know which one this will be. We're just going to click it and see what happens. Come on. You can do it. Oh, it's that one. Let's try another one.
Now gather round, children.
All right, let's do kitty party, y'all.
For a tale about a white-haired man that you all know well. He tried to be good, but good's for cocks. This world rewards evil, so he lost his fucks. Now he rebels in watching the fall of mankind.
Come on, assholes. God damn it. All right. All my cats are so spoiled that only 2 of them showed up. They're all standing on the floor staring at me. Oh, there we go. There they are. Piper and Precious, the new kittens. The ones I rescued from the back of the 18-wheeler showed up. And we got, as always, Half Stash and Pretty Boy. So only 4, but we got some cute 4. So that's cool. Hell yeah. Thank you guys. I love you. Join the after party right now. The rest of you, I will see Wednesday. Have a good Tuesday. That is a demandment. Love you guys. Good night. Thank you, little Mimi. Love to you.
Now he revels in watching the fall of mankind, searching the net for all he can find. And the dirty, sexy chorus tune in to behold the birth of the world's most evil show. It's time for the evil dusty show. It's time for the evil dusty show. You're all gonna die, there's no reason for hope. It's time for the evil dusty show.
Switch over now.